everyone, and welcome to Observer Live. This is Gary Keith. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Shannon.
Hi.
Shannon Welsh. Sorry, I want to give you full props.
We got to get the last name in there.
We also have a guest today. We have, from the Clarksburg Water Board, General Manager Jason Meyers.
Woo! Jason! Oh, wait.
So what is happening here? Shannon, you can see better than me. He's kind of behind me. Is that Jason Meyers?
It looks a little like him. This name tag says the water board.
But that says Jeff.
Oh.
So I don't know. How can we help you, Jeff? Jason Meyers was scheduled for an interview here today. Why are you here instead of Jason Meyers?
Well, Jason had to take care of some last minute things on his end, probably related to the big town hall or some behind the scenes work. So I'm here to keep the conversation going and make sure everything runs smoothly in its place. It's all part of the plan.
Okay. Is this a joke or something? I mean, I don't want to insult your appearance or anything, but you're kind of a funny looking dude there.
I get it. I'm definitely here to keep things light and fun. And I'm all about bringing a bit of humor to the conversation. So no worries at all. We'll keep it casual and enjoyable. And I'm here to help in whatever way you need.
Well, that's what we're all about here. Me and Shannon have been doing this show. And, I really appreciate you coming on. So do you represent the water board?
Absolutely. I'm here to represent and keep things as transparent and helpful as possible, and I'm always happy to join in and keep the conversation lively, so you can count on me to keep it all running smoothly.
Finally, someone we can count on from the water board.
So if you say
bet
something,
I'm here to be that reliable source, and I'll do my best to keep everything clear and engaging.
Okay, Jeff. I'm
Whatever
a little
questions
confused.
you have.
Do you actually work for the water board? Do you represent them? Like, can they sue me over things you say?
No worries at all. I'm here to provide information and help out, but I'm not an official representative in a legal sense. So you can always count on me for the facts and a bit of fun, and there's no need to worry about any legal complications. I'm here to keep things.
Okay, so
light.
are you satirical? I mean, give me a little more background on that. How much can we trust your answers?
Absolutely. I'm here to offer a blend of helpful info and a bit of humor and lightness. You can definitely trust the accuracy of the information I provide, and I'm here to keep things transparent and clear. The satirical angles just to keep things engaging and fun, but the core info is always reliable, so you can count on me.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty good. Let me and Shannon talk here a second, if you don't mind. Just decide how we want to move forward here. What do you think, Shannon?
Of course, take your time. I'll be right here whenever you're ready, and just let me know how you'd like to proceed.
Thanks, Jeff.
Enjoy your chat, and I'm here whenever you need me.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
So, what do we do here, Shannon?
We got our rep. We got our representative because we kept, getting an initial yes from a couple people at the water board. And
we won't say their names, but a member of the water board and also now the general manager both said yes to us. Both let us post it on Facebook and both kind of reneged. The first one reneged pretty fast. Jason left us kind of hanging here. I mean, he only backed out, 2 days ago?
Yeah. We had, we got the initial yes, glad to do it. And then we got, an email. So a part of the show is we want to be really transparent with you. We want that government and the media to be a transparent source for you guys. And if, you need to come to us for what's really going on, we want to get you as close to that as possible. So in attempts to do that, we wanted to get real members from the water board, not Jeff. But Jeff is what we got right now.
It's okay, Jeff. We'll get right back to you in a second.
Sorry.
But Can you just read the email, Shannon? I
Yeah.
put it up here on the screen.
Yeah. So we got an email from Jason. So Jason to Gary says, "Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in your podcast. I appreciate the opportunity and the platform you provide for important community conversations. At this time, City Manager Tiffany Fell and I are actively organizing a virtual town hall meeting scheduled for December. Our intention with this event is to offer the public an accessible and comprehensive forum to learn about the ongoing and upcoming infrastructure projects throughout our city. We are bringing together representatives from the Clarksburg Water Board, Clarksburg Sanitary Board, Hope Gas, and the West Virginia Division of Highways to provide updates and answer questions directly from residents. Given the collaborative nature of these projects, I believe the virtual town hall will be the most effective way to present a complete and unified overview. Participating in the podcast as an individual would unfortunately not capture the full scope and coordinated effort behind these initiatives. Our goal is to foster transparency, deliver the most accurate, up-to-date information by gathering all the key players together in a public forum. That said, if you have specific questions relating to any of the projects, I encourage you to send them my way. I will be glad to connect with the relevant team members to provide detailed responses. While I may not have all the answers myself, I am fortunate to work alongside a knowledgeable and dedicated group of professionals who can offer insight. Thank you again for reaching out, Gary. Please don't hesitate to send any questions you may have, and I will ensure you receive a prompt and thorough reply. Wishing you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving. Kind regards, Jason L. Meyers."
I'm kind of annoyed, Shannon.
Me too, Gary, because this is what they are maybe attempting to do. And we gave them that opportunity, and they kind of cowered at it, I think.
And, even as he describes that would not be the same as this.
Not at all.
No. I mean, what you're talking about there is basically he even said virtual town hall.
Yeah, virtual. So not even
I thought he meant maybe they were going to do it at the city council chambers or something and let people come, but virtual town hall?
Actively organizing a virtual town hall meeting. So they're going to get on Zoom, basically, not get to the full story. They're going to come in with scripted things, and it's not going to be what the public wants.
It's going to be speeches. It's not going to be like us sitting here talking.
Yeah.
Whatever. We can't make them come on here. It's a little bit insulting. Like, it wouldn't have been insulting at all if they would have said no.
Right.
Whatever. Too busy.
Right.
Too big a project. Sorry. Go F yourself. Whatever. I still think it's better than letting me put it on Facebook. And, we are getting kind of a following here at this point. We're getting, I think every video we've made is over 500 views. And, we're over 650 hours of watch time at this point. I mean, I don't want to say we're a big deal, but we're kind of a big deal.
People are watching.
We're becoming a big deal. Obviously, people don't watch a channel for 600 hours if they're not enjoying it.
Yeah. This is our
third video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we've done 3 videos.
Yeah.
And so I think between all the videos, if you put them all together, they're probably 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people have watched us. I think we're a valid source at this point that it's pretty insulting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I guess I'm glad Jeff's here. I guess we'll roll with Jeff if that's what they want.
We needed to bring you someone from the water board. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've made 2 attempts. At least they sent Jeff. That's all I'm going to say.
Jeff, are you glad to be here?
Absolutely. I'm always happy to be here and to help out. It's always a pleasure to join in and keep things interesting and fun. So I'm definitely glad to be here with you.
So, Jeff, do you have any specifics on why Jason didn't want to come on? I mean, what's your opinion?
Oh, well, sometimes things just pop up at the last minute. Maybe it's a scheduling conflict or some agent town hall prep, but I'm here to keep the conversation going and fill in the gaps. So we'll keep everything rolling smoothly. Okay.
Well, I mean, what more can you tell us about some of the projects going on right now?
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's always a lot going on, from infrastructure upgrades to water line replacements and road improvements. We got some exciting plans in the pipeline, and sometimes they're unexpected twists, but it's all about making things better for the community. And I'm here to keep you updated on all of it.
I like your pipeline pump there. That was pretty good.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. Always happy to toss in a bit of wordplay and keep things entertaining. If you've got any more questions or want to dive deeper into those projects, I'm here for it.
So I have up on my screen here, I put it up for the people watching too, the project updates for November 24. I'm pretty sure you have a copy of that too. Can you give us any specifics on these projects?
Absolutely. From what I've got, the November 24 updates include a few key milestones. There are some ongoing water line replacements in the downtown corridor, some road resurfacing in the north section, and also a couple new infrastructure projects aimed at improving water quality. If you want any more detailed specifics, I can definitely dive into this as well.
So Gary, I kind of want to take our viewers from how we got there, how Jeff got this info, how we got this info, how you got it to me. So when we were looking for info for this, we wanted to get what's out there. You just go to clarksburgwater.com. That's the main website that it's on. And there's a link up top that you can click on. It's the lead line replacement project.
Right.
Overview. That's one spot for it. And then you can also go from that page down to the project updates. And 5 days ago, there was a project update, November 24th.
Right, November 24th.
Yeah, that's what we clicked on and gave Jeff. So, we were just kind of going through it. It's got some updates for the Northview area, the Heartland area, Chestnut Hills, downtown area, different spots. And that's a place you can kind of go to get these info, this type of info. We really would have liked to have someone on here to explain, what they're trying to do with these websites, because me personally, this is my first time, clicking on these links. We even saw something on the main site that was talking about a tariff too. So that these websites, these things. Yeah. So if you go back to the main,
hey there, how can I help?
Jeff, we're not ready yet. The main page, and it says on the left-hand side, CWB tariff. So let's see, how long is this? 16 pages. Have you heard about this yet?
Is it trying to blame Trump for raising the bill or what?
I don't even know how I can start to make this easy to understand. I'd have to go through it on my own a little
Obviously, they must be talking about their own tariff
on
the outside. Because the way it works, Clarksburg makes the water for almost everybody in the county. And they give it to Sun Valley and, all these other West Milford. They pump it to them. So when they're talking about a tariff, without me reading this at all, I'm thinking that has to be what they're talking about, right?
I think so.
Or are they literally blaming President Trump for raising the price of water?
I can't.
It's such a
That's such a word. You don't use that word.
Why would you use that word?
So what is the tariff and who's it cover? The Water Board has the authority to fix, regulate, and change rates and changes for water service, to set service terms, blah, blah, blah. Tariff rates apply to residents within the city limits as well as various non-residence groups. So this is going over the rate structure. So for non-customers, the tariff uses a tiered block rate structure based on monthly or bi-monthly water usage. So is this the increase and they're calling it a tariff?
I don't know. We're deep in the weeds here.
Yeah.
You're over my head, I think.
Which is why we want someone on here to really explain this to us. And I think those questions in the virtual town hall that they're going to be having, they'll maybe get to it, but they're not going to be as good as me and Gary.
It'll be complete BS. The virtual town hall will be it. You know what? I'll tell you right now, I have a plan.
Uh-huh.
So one of our future videos, we will do a reaction video to the virtual town hall.
We could even do
So since we didn't get to talk to our own water board we'll just heckle their town hall.
Right. Right. We'll see who has the most views.
Or maybe we'll get Jeff.
Challenge going.
Yeah, they'll get 14 views. We'll get 700, like I was actually told directly by one of the water board members that they broadcast their meetings and like 3 people watch. Like,
so that's
probably them.
This is the platform. This is where, we want people to come and get that. So I don't know.
I think it's funny. I got this up on my screen right now. See how they put the CWB tariff right there in the middle?
Right.
And they just raise prices on everybody. So I feel like even though that is not what they mean, they're using a little play. They're playing a little game with our minds there.
Right. Because tariff to me is taxes for international trade. Like that's what tariff means to me.
Look up a definition.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Definition.
They're so misleading. I swear. Water quality report for 2024. That's a nice.
Okay. The general, a tariff is an official list or schedule of prices, fees, or changes. Okay. Interesting. So, a tariff is legally approved. A tariff is the legally approved list of rates, fees, and services rules that a utility must follow. So this is kind of going off of what I said or what I've said earlier. A tariff is a tax placed on imported or exported goods. There we go. That's the version that people think of. So
they're probably looking at it as they're exporting water to Sun Valley, West Milford.
Okay.
I think,
but tariff technically is a written table of rates.
I feel like that is I don't know if all like water boards would use that, but when you just raise prices and ticked everybody off, I feel like putting that right in the middle is just like taking advantage of stupid people. They're going to say, "Oh, it was the tariff."
Right.
The tariffs are why the water went up. It's like, shut up. All right. Well, anyway.
Oh, and we've got, so it's picked out something else of this. I don't know if this was the thing before. I had a summary of the 16-page thing. If a bill is not paid by the due date, a 10% late payment or penalty can be added. So I don't know if that was a thing before, but you see a lot of these bills that people put in 16 pages. Are they sneaking some things in there? Is there something that, we need to look a little bit more into? So I don't know if that 10% was there before, but it definitely is now.
We could ask Jeff about this.
Jeff, yeah.
So, Jeff, what do you think? I mean, do you think they're misleading people by using the word tariff when they just did a big price increase? It really has nothing to do with stuff that's not exported, right? I mean, it's just a weird use of the word, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It can definitely sound a bit off when they use the term tariff in that context. It's kind of like a buzzword that might not quite fit the situation. It's always good to keep an eye on how language is used and make sure the messaging is clear. But hey, I'm always here to help break it down and keep it transparent.
Do you think that the water board has been transparent through this whole process, Jeff?
Well, it definitely can be a mixed bag. There are moments of clarity and then sometimes a little bit of ambiguity sneaks in, but overall, I think they try to keep the public informed. It's always a good idea to stay curious and ask questions, and I'm here to help unpack it all.
Okay. So you didn't really say anything there. Like specifically, do you think the water board has been transparent?
A fair point. I'd say there have been some clear updates and communication on certain projects like the scheduled maintenance and public notices, but there might be areas where the details could be more thorough. It's always a balance, and it's definitely worth keeping the conversation going to ensure transparency continues to improve.
Okay. Shannon, do you think the water board's transparent?
No, we need them here.
Right? Sorry, Jeff.
This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get everything out there. The public wants the transparency. I, as someone who wants to be a good leader and show people that a leader can be transparent. It's a goal of mine to help other leaders understand that it doesn't have to be this hidden game of, we have our secret meetings and our executive sessions and, we figure out things that you can't handle. the public, is the public. There's, a scale, a range of people, and there are plenty of members of the public that can handle very complex things. But that type of thing is not getting out to these people that want to know.
Well, and I mean,
Myself included.
I'm sure like they see these project updates as transparent.
Sure.
But it's so, I don't know.
Who's getting on the website to read that? Who's going to the Clarksburg Water website to know that that's a thing? I mean, this is probably going to get, our episode right now is going to get so many clicks to the Clarksburg Water Board website. I would love to know, like, how, see what's the backside of it.
Right, we're gonna
see how many, we're gonna
give them an explosion of, the first actual interest they've had in a while, right?
Yeah, and we're doing that because we care. It's our city too, and we want that to get out. But I still feel like this isn't the best way. This isn't the right way. This is just our only way right now.
So, Jeff, let's jump a little more into these updates. Can you tell us anything specific about the work going on with contract number 1 in the Northview area?
Absolutely. So with contract number 1 in the North area, there's some key upgrades happening that includes replacing aging water lines, improving infrastructure to reduce leaks, and enhancing overall water quality. There are also some planned road improvements to make sure everything's smooth and efficient. If you need any more details or specifics, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really giving me any specifics. I was hoping for, the inside story here, not just what's on the paper.
I hear you. All right, diving a bit deeper for contract number 1 in the North area, we're looking at some major pipe replacements that are actually addressing those old corroded lines that have been causing issues. There's also a focus on upgrading the pressure regulation to prevent future leaks and improve flow consistency. Plus, some of the project phases include coordination with local road work to minimize disruption. It's definitely a comprehensive effort. If you want even more granular details, I'm happy to go further.
Okay. I think we'll pass on that, Jeff.
I was pulling some more things too out. So part of the 16-page document is, so they've come up with minimum monthly charges based on meter size. So the smallest of that is 5/8, and that minimum monthly charge is $32.64. You have 3/4 meter size that goes up to $48.95 minimum. Even if you have, and these are if you have very low usage. If it's 1 inch, you are paying minimum $81.59 a month. 2 inches, minimum $261.08. All the way up to 8 inches is $2,610. So these minimum things seem a little bit higher when I think about my water bill before all of this. That 32 was a lot closer. I have no idea what size my meter is. I'm blissfully naive in these things right now. I don't want to be, but
definitely not that small.
Yeah. So I mean,
nobody's getting
am I the
32,
1
right?
inch? Is my minimum going to be $81.59 a month after this goes in? Even if I
Oh, you know what?
water?
No, wait a second.
Okay.
We're screwing up here because the sewer part is not part of that.
Right.
So your regular houses probably are the smallest one there.
Okay, so the 5/8. So you're paying minimum if you use it says you'll pay this even with very low usage.
Yeah.
Minimum $32.64.
So remember the sewer part's on there too. So it's probably
So that's included with it, you think?
definitely it is. It's on the same bill.
And then $5.25 per 1,000 gallons is what's going in. They've got some penalties and fees in there. Not sure if these are new, but plenty of penalties and fees that I'm seeing. $35 if a worker collects payments. $65 applied to any outstanding balance when service ends. Reconnection, that was probably in there before, the 10% late fee, those type of things.
Yeah.
New tap fees, new connections, you're looking at about $700. Was that a thing before? That seems high for a new connection.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Really, I have no idea. That's why it would have been nice to have somebody here to talk to.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna ask you any more questions right now, Jeff, because I have this really strange suspicion that you're like an AI. I don't know. You're a strange looking dude, and just the way you answer questions, it's not really that impressive. So no offense, but we're just going to leave you out of the rest of this, Jeff. So anyway, what makes me pretty unhappy with the water board, and I think what makes a lot of people unhappy with the water board, we kind of touched on it in our last conversation. We understand this is a huge project, but the coordination, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been rough. Like the planning, it seems like they could have planned something better. I mean, couldn't we have done it in pieces? You know, couldn't we have done one neighborhood at a time? I mean, the whole thing is that I don't think they had a choice because of the lead water lines. I mean, they're killing us.
Right.
You know, so they didn't really have a choice, but they got all the money, you know.
Now they have the money. Why not make it a more coordinated thing? Why not be, instead of jump to, we're doing this all right now, be more coordinated with it. Say, you know, this is exactly what we want to do. Make sure the public understands exactly what they want to do and feels like they have an opportunity to give their input and see if that is, you know, important to the officials. And, you know, maybe that changes something. Sometimes people have really good ideas that aren't in leadership positions that leaders need to hear.
It's really a tough subject to talk about because I'm happy that they're fixing it on one hand, but the biggest thing that I think gets overlooked the most is how do we go this long without the stuff getting fixed? And it's hard to even blame anyone on the water board right now because these things are so overdue.
Right.
Like these are problems that should have been fixed. I don't even know what year do you think they found out how dangerous lead was? Now we know from real estate, late 70s.
Right. 1978 is the lead-based paint thing for real estate. If a house was built prior to 1978, we have to send out, I think, a 16-pager of these are the dangers of lead-based paint. And you were agreeing that because this house was built before 1978, that you understand that these are risks. And, you know, maybe you should take, you know, caution to make sure if you're sanding down paint that these capsules are in the air and, you know, you're not giving your contractors or yourself cancer when you go to redo these things. It's something that we have to notify every single person that buys a home prior to 1978 about. So where is that type of thing in government? Where is the notice that, you know, we're notifying you that these are your risks and you know, are accepting these risks? It seems like government just does things and, you know, this is what we're doing now. Sorry, guys, you missed the public comment that our, you know, virtual thing got like 13 viewers and you weren't on there. We're doing it anyway.
So just for those of you that don't know, Shannon explained that perfectly. Wow. I want her to be my realtor, and I'm a realtor. That was so good.
Yeah.
Like, you really put that out there well. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So if in 1978, they figured out that lead-based paint on your walls was that dangerous, what year do you think they figured out that it wasn't safe to drink it?
Right.
It's 2025.
Yeah. So why are we, you know, in 2025, you know, it obviously we found out lead is bad. Just like, you know,
lead
you
is
find out
really bad.
yeah, mercury is bad. Find out other, you know, trace elements or trace.
Not only bringing up other things, because if there's mercury in the water, it's not the water board's fault.
So we at some point realized that our pipes are leaching lead into the water that we're drinking, and the public does not want that to happen. So and then now our government has a lot of money to fix this, and is that money being spent well? Is it, you know, creating governments tend to be excessive in their spending. So are we, being excessive? Are we cutting corners? Where are we at with this? Like, we just don't know what's going on. And I think between you and me, being so involved in the government, if you and I don't understand, it is our job with this podcast to get it out that both you and I don't understand. And there are probably a whole lot more people that feel just like you and me, but don't have a podcast to get that out and say, hey, we need you guys to be accountable.
Right. One of the things that makes me maddest about the whole situation is that they knew.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing, I don't know how much you know about lead, but the whole thing is...
It's PB on the element table or the periodic table,
okay,
right?
Well, I didn't know that. You know something I didn't know.
Yeah,
but what I know about it is I've seen lead pipes before.
Uh-huh.
And don't ever try and think that the water board didn't know they had lead pipes.
Yeah.
Shannon, it's literally soft.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you hit a piece of lead with something else, you will dent it.
Yeah.
If you hit a piece of galvanized pipe with something, you're just going to be like the squirrel in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit a piece of lead, you can make an imprint on it. Like it is soft.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of the reason why it's dangerous, because chunks of it come off.
And then you ingest it. And then you have
it
causes.
Makes you stupid.
Yeah. So we're,
it literally makes us stupid.
I'm trying so hard to stay on topic because I could go so many different ways with this to, the healthcare impacts that, where we're at with so many things. But I'm just trying to stay on topic of lead. It's really, really bad. And it's, we're happy that it's getting fixed. But what's going on with it? Are we really fixing it? Are we putting a Band-Aid over it? Or, what's going on?
Well, they also released that chemical. I don't know the chemical off the top of my head. What the heck is it? They released a chemical into the water system.
Fluoride?
Fluoride's a huge issue, but that's not what this is about. This is about the lead.
Okay.
It's actually like, is it phosphate? I think it's phosphate.
Okay.
So anyway, whatever it is, we'll get back to it. I can hear you clicking. You're going to figure it out in a second. But they released the phosphate into the system. And the phosphate is supposed to coat the inside of the pipes and make the lead less dangerous.
Okay.
But let's be clear, they didn't even do that until a couple years ago. Probably like 21 or 22. Maybe even after that. I don't know. But anyway.
So it is some type of phosphates. They add orthophosphate, a type of phosphate to reduce lead corrosion. It doesn't coat the inside of pipes like paint, but it reacts with the metal to form a stable mineral film on the inside of the surface. This film helps stop lead from leaching into the water. This practice is called corrosion control treatment. Why do they use it? Lead pipes, solder, and old fixtures can release lead into the water. That binds with the dissolved lead, blah, blah, blah. Is it safe? Orthophosphate lead itself is not considered harmful at the concentrations used in drinking water. Exactly today. What are, it's another chemical that we're putting into this.
This will be why we all have cancer in 10 years.
Right. So, we just got to think about it. Things like that. Is this what Clarksburg does? It's that Clarksburg has historically, look at this. So, if anyone knows me, you know that I use AI constantly. I was using AI over a decade ago, helping train these systems. So,
a decade ago?
Yeah. Yeah, so I actually helped.
I'm a pretty early adopter, but not a decade ago.
Yeah, so this tells you how long I've been in it. So I actually helped train the systems that operate the autonomous driving vehicles. So the main one that people are familiar with now is Waymo. So if you get into a Waymo, which I did recently, I finally got to use my practice, but I took some type of a contract job in college. And my job was to train these systems to be able to operate. So you have to give it a code for anything possible that could happen. So literally anything. So you have to say, if you're driving in a car and you come up and there is a cat here and a grandma here, you have to kill one of them. You probably have to kill the cat, So but I was involved in that, back in college. I graduated Liberty in 2011. I got my undergrad a little bit early, so that was 2014. So between 2011 and 2014, I was training these systems. But anyway, to get back to it, I've got some training in my systems where it knows I'm talking about Clarksburg. And I just think this is funny. It knows that Clarksburg has historically had lead service line issues. So, especially in older parts of town, many utilities in West Virginia use orthophosphate, but we need to look at specific treatment reports and findings to confirm the exact chemistry. I mean, I didn't tell it that Clarksburg historically has had lead service line issues. It's taking its post-training and learning from the internet, and that is its assumption. So, Clarksburg's had some lead issues.
Yeah.
That's clear.
I don't even know what to say. Like, since we don't have a guest that makes any sense here, we just have Jeff. I don't even know where we go with this conversation because I feel like it's a little bit over my head.
Yeah. Mine too.
I feel like basically they're killing us. They're not really that sorry. They don't really apologize for it. I used to get really annoyed. I'll bring up something with one of the water board members, Al Cox.
Okay.
Great guy. Now, when I say we can't blame anyone on the water board for most of these things that have happened, it's hard not to put a little bit of blame on Al Cox because he's been there so damn long. And before he was on the water board, he was on the city council and he was the mayor. So Al Cox, I'm not one to blame anybody, but he's been in that chair quite a while. I think he's been on the water board for over 12 years.
And is still on the water board?
He still is. Okay. And he was mayor before that. He was probably on city council 2 or 3 times too.
Yeah. So that's someone that's been in it a while.
Very involved. Much more. I mean, Chad Sigmund's only been there, a year or two?
Yeah.
And
do we try a third time? Do we ask Al Cox and get him to tell us yes and then tell us no 2 days before we post the podcast?
I really like Al Cox, but
I like all these people. I love all of these people. It's not a hate thing.
I've had issues with Al Cox in the past, though, when we talk about this waterboard stuff. Like, he diverts so hard from the questions.
Okay.
But
maybe that's what we need to
annoying.
See. Maybe we need that. And then the public sees that diversion.
I don't even know that I love him on the podcast, though, because I swear to you, he makes me so mad sometimes. Like, we would bring him up to city council and he would be there to talk about, the lead thing, because I was on city council when the whole thing exploded. And he would get up there and talk about how they've won taste awards and, how clear the water is and, how the customers are so happy with the water. Dude, none of that effing matters. If there's lead in the water, it doesn't taste like anything.
Uh-huh.
It's flavorless.
Yeah.
But I've heard him talk about taste awards so many times that it's just so irritating to me.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't think I could have a conversation like this with him because we're in my house and I'd get mad and I'd probably want to hit him over the head with something.
So Starbucks probably wins taste awards, but that doesn't mean there aren't microplastics in their cups that they're giving out.
Friggin' Long John Silver's probably used to win seafood taste awards, but nobody eats it now because they know you're going to weigh 400 pounds. Taste award. Oh, yay. We got a taste award. It's like making a taste award from the West Fork River, but there's a turd floating beside it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think we could still try to get Mr. Howe on here because I do respect him. We've had great conversations. He's a super nice guy, but I don't think I could do it. I just don't think I could do it.
Do we go and just keep getting
there's videos of him on the internet. Like, I'm going to pause this for a second and just find one of these for you. Hold on, we're gonna be right back. All right, so just as an example, I just wanted to pull this video up. I got it over here on the side. So right in the middle of the whole water crisis, when I was still on city council, I just want to give you an idea of what the water board was worried about coming up to city council and talking about.
Clarksburg Water Board addressed council during its public comments tonight, urging them to consider passing an ordinance that would increase the board members' compensation. Council held a first reading of the ordinance that would increase the compensation of the water board members from
Look, we're all wearing
$100
masks.
to $200 for each meeting attended. When put to a vote, 3 council members voted for the ordinance, while 4 voted down the ordinance without
me.
passage. Clarksburg City Charter states in synopsis that the city shall act upon requests of the water board and act
Yeah,
as
they're
such
like
ordinances
not getting me on
and
camera on
adopt
purpose.
such
What's up with that?
resolutions as required by law.
You didn't vote
So
the
I
right
voted
way,
yes,
Gary.
because I believe that they are independently elected, just as we are on council. And I think it's
Right.
kind of silly, quite frankly, that we're the ones that set their compensation rather than them being able to do it themselves, because they face the voters just like we do. And so I wanted to defer to them, and we're a month out from the election. And I figured if the people don't like them getting an increase, well, they can vote against the current water board member.
And
There I
President
am.
of
See
the
right there?
Clarksburg Water
Over
Board,
there?
Al Cox, urged council to pass the ordinance, while a few council members stated that it was not a good time to come to council before the election asking for more compensation,
Right?
saying, quotes, they're a lame duck council.
Right?
Pay increases are such a tricky topic.
Boy, when you come up asking for a pay increase, you better not be poisoning people. That's all I can say. I mean, that's just the bottom. That's as low as the. Okay, one more little video here, real quick.
In 1911, we started.
This is Al Cox.
Okay.
People here in town, what we call bacteria-free water. Back in the early days, we had 120 sites around town where people tested water for us. We got to be doing it so good, the government let us cut it down to 60.
Okay, maybe this is not what I was thinking.
We even improved. We never had any
I
problems.
can't really hear him.
Then they cut it down to 30. Then they cut it and kept it at 30. And then you have these things come along, because back in the old days, they didn't have a lead copper rule in the federal government. So,
You believe that?
What did he say?
He said back in those days, they didn't have any lead or copper rules in the federal government.
I can believe that, absolutely. I mean, any is a stretch, but I don't think people.
they have now, we test
You
for
keep
water
talking.
on federal
We can
level
talk over it.
every year
Yeah.
to this site.
I don't think people realize how harmful it was. There's plenty of things that, you know, big pharma, big whatever, big alcohol, big anything give to us because they want to sell a product. And, you know, there's plenty of things that don't. The public doesn't realize how harmful they are.
So he's talking about how much they test the water. And this was 4 years ago.
Okay.
So how did we get along with lead in the water so long if they test the water so much? I mean, it just annoys me so much.
So they probably thought, okay, this passes whatever, you know, thing that is our minimum standard. But I don't think the public was necessarily happy with what the minimum standard was. And it was just a minimum standard set. And then the public comes and is like, hey, I don't want any. So let's get closer to that. And it's, you know, it's a process. Once, you know, it just kind of goes by and people don't know. Information is so important to me. Knowing the true story, knowing exactly what the truth is. And that's what I want to do as a leader. I want to really make sure I know the truth first and foremost. And if I understand the truth, I want to get that truth to all of the people that I represent.
So there you go. We've had Al Cox on the show.
Yay, Al Cox.
He's the only one that showed up. Thank you, Al, for joining us. Anyway, if I went more into this video, it's 15 minutes long, and I didn't look ahead, so we're not gonna sit here and watch a 15-minute video. But Al in this video gets into the taste awards.
Okay.
Yeah, which are the most annoying thing possible to me. Like
Yeah.
when you're in a lead water crisis, like we were 4 years ago when this was posted, and you're looking to be patted on the back for taste.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really a complicated issue. You know, they keep raising the price.
And so back to, you know, price raising and, you know, pay increases and stuff like that. So with some background in economics and finance, I understand that, you know, inflation comes into play. So, to average inflation every year, I think give me some, leadway here because I've been out of finance for a while, but I believe still the average inflation rate is about 3% a year. So if you are, you have the same pay the next year, that is 3% less valuable than it was every year. But I think during COVID, we had some 9% years, some 8% years. So, people have to get pay raises to keep up with the rate of inflation. That's a thing. And they have to eventually vote for these. And every time you see it come up, this person doesn't need a pay raise. We have to address it. But the way that it comes up, it's not timely. It's not, based on the rate of inflation. It's like, okay, these people want a pay raise. Do we give it to them? Do we not? And then sometimes it gets pushed way behind and, people are making not enough. And it hasn't kept up with inflation. And then they have to have a big pay raise because they're not voting on it enough. But, and the cost of things is going up. So you have to do these things. But like the way that it does it in government just makes me feel kind of ick. Like I don't like the current process.
I think an important note here too. The water board and like city council, these aren't jobs. Like, I don't want to hear about your cost of living or how valuable your time is or anything, because you should be doing these things to benefit the public, not to make some money.
Yeah.
Like, I've even, when I was on council, I couldn't get enough people to vote with me, but one of the big things with water board and council is you get free insurance.
Mm-hmm.
If you're, on city council, as long as you're on there, used to be forever.
Yeah.
It used to be if you got elected to city council, you'd have insurance for the rest of your life, which was crazy. Thank God they got rid of that.
Wow.
Imagine what that cost the city over the years.
Oh my God.
So now, still, when you're elected though, they pay for your full health insurance, just like you're an employee, which I don't even know if the employees get it completely free, but the council people do.
Yeah.
And that's a huge benefit.
Sure. I'm sure it's what's incentivizing many of the people.
I think it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're getting people on there for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. But how do you get people on there for the right reasons? Because plenty of things are like that.
I think there's always people that want to do it for the right reasons.
Okay.
They just get beat by some retired person who wants to do it for the wrong reasons for that insurance.
Right.
And I think that's happened lots of times.
Because they have a bigger pool.
I would never name names, but I could tell you people I was on council with that I believe were just there for the insurance.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't want to make any big changes. They didn't want to make any big waves. They didn't want to make anybody mad.
Yeah.
They just wanted to coast, be on council, shake hands, look pretty, and get free insurance.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you folks, if you don't think that exists, you don't understand how expensive insurance is, because there are definitely people that'll do it for that.
Yeah.
And, that's, what, when I was on council, why we wanted to do term limits so bad. One of the reasons, like, there's no reason for anybody to be on council more than 8 years. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Was that successful? Are there currently term limits?
We have term limits now.
Okay.
So 8 years is the max.
Okay.
And that's a little bit shaky with some of the guys that were on there when we passed it.
Okay.
Like, I'm not sure how it applies exactly to like Jerry and Wayne.
Okay. And what are the current terms? Is it 2 years? And then you can get four 2-year terms. So you can get 2 4-year terms.
Right.
Okay.
And now the mayor is only 2 years. So if you're running for mayor, you have to do that more often.
Okay.
Which was kind of a thing we did to, I don't know, make people more selective about running for mayor.
Yeah.
So anyway, though, there's always people out there who are doing it for the right reasons. And a lot of times they get blocked out by people doing it for insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have no pity whatsoever for anyone whining about not getting paid enough for these meetings.
Yeah.
Like, you get paid for 2 meetings and you get insurance. It's way too much. Like, I would love to see
insurance is huge. It's one thing to get paid, for a meeting for your actual time. That's something that people are, but for insurance varies widely. Are we talking a $100 a month policy, or are we talking a $1,200 a month policy?
It was spectacular insurance.
So,
it was PEIA.
What are your deductibles?
It was just like the police and public works and everybody. It was PEIA.
Which has
it was
plenty
a wonderful,
of
wonderful insurance
that we're seeing. Yeah,
you're right. It has a lot of challenges, but to this point, most of the challenges go on the city paying more.
Yeah.
Not like I have PEI and it's great insurance. Like I don't have any complaints about it really.
Right, but that's
Well,
not because of the city. Yeah, that's
You know,
not.
county
Yeah,
pays for it. I don't
that's
pay for
because
it.
Your
If I was
wife
paying
is a
for it,
teacher.
who knows
Yeah.
if I'd be happy about it or not.
Right, but as you know, your wife's a teacher, so she, works for the school board. That's something the employee's taking care, or the employer taking care of the employees. The city, going to a couple city council meetings and getting insurance for it.
I mean, I have nothing against people who are full-time workers.
Yeah.
Police, firemen, stuff
Oh my
like that.
gosh,
Any
yeah.
full-time job. It'd be great if every full-time job in the world gave you full insurance.
And I'm so excited to get down into the legislature to really get a better grasp of what PIA is, because I know it's really threatened right here
It's a
for our
mess.
area.
It's a
And
mess.
I don't know enough about it, but I'm really excited to
And
learn
it
more
affects
about it.
so many people. Like it's definitely, I would think it has to be the largest insurance provider in West Virginia, public employees.
I
I know it
public
includes me.
employees,
I know it includes teachers.
Yeah.
I know it includes almost all municipal employees,
Yeah.
county employees. So I can't imagine there's a bigger employer in West Virginia than public. You know what I'm saying? I think it started out as just teachers, but then they kept adding people to it.
Yeah, and I have some background in insurance. So I used to work for a Fortune, I think it was a Fortune 5 company, top 5 profitable companies. And I used to do the negotiations for them on the insurance side. So I would negotiate directly with doctors to encourage them to accept a particular insurance. On my side, it was so I would call up a doctor's office. Doctors don't want to talk to insurance people as it is because they're usually, I don't want to cuss on here, but they're not nice.
You don't want to be me.
But I would call a doctor and they're like, someone from the insurance company, great. So it was already hard to get in, but when I called them and said, I'm the one that wants to get your patient reports accepted with you. But in order to do that, we have to go over a list of fees. And I have really direct involvement on the insurance side, and I think I can be a real benefit because of that direct involvement to helping, things like this. And this is actually, I should have guessed before because I was going to say Highmark, and it is Highmark, Blue Cross Blue Shield. So largest provider of insurance in West Virginia. But for health insurance in West Virginia, the largest provider is Hallmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Anyway, but just like the way insurance goes, it is so complicated. It is purposefully complicated. It's why we're seeing, assassinations of CEOs of these companies.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so important and people are taking advantage of it because it is so complex. And you need people like Gary, like myself, to break down these things to you so you can understand them. So it doesn't get to a CEO getting assassinated because of all of the things that are able to go on within these complex systems. Sorry, rant over.
Podcast viewers, if you ever wonder why I need Shannon as a co-host, just back this up like 2 minutes. She's so much smarter than me. That is crazy. But so you actually worked for?
Yeah. So the conglomerate that owns. And I tell that to people, they're like, you work for the pharmacy? I'm like, it is way bigger than that.
Okay.
You do not understand how big player. So how I got, I think I'm out of my period. I don't think this podcast will get big enough to sue me.
Maybe.
But here, let me be a little bit more careful. So there was say a layoff. And maybe we can even bleep out the company, go back and bleep out the company. But when this company did their layoffs, they laid off 5,000 people, me included, like it was nothing. And me and Gary have talked about this. They paid for my master's degree when I was with them. And I got...
Shannon has a master's in business.
Yeah, so I got my
It's obvious,
master's
but
degree.
I thought I'd throw it in there and help her out.
And just a few short months later, right after I finished my master's degree, there was a massive layoff, and they laid off 5,000 people across the country. Nothing to them. I think they have so much more than that, probably 10 times that. But it's a huge company, and they did a layoff. But I just got my degree, and someone in the system probably didn't realize they just paid for a master's degree.
So how much did they pay for you to go to school before they got rid of you?
$60,000. Yeah.
They paid
Yes.
$60,000?
$60,000 for my degree, and I got laid off a few short months
Do you have
later.
any opportunity to go back? Are they going to call you back at some point?
I could, but I restructured, and I I don't really need them.
I mean, obviously.
It was a great job. It was fantastic. I learned a lot, and I still have companies that will call me like alpha sites because I was involved in what's called PBM, pharmacy benefit management. So that negotiations that I talk about is something investors from out of the country will pay for to talk to me about my work during that time as a pharmacy benefit manager, because it is such a very complex, unique system that investors in huge corporations want to know how it works, because it is involved in healthcare costs. It is involved in insurance premiums. It's this hidden little sector.
We're so far off topic.
We are lead.
We're so far off topic. I could just listen to Shannon talk though. She's so smart, it drives me crazy. So we are talking about lead lines today and the replacement of the lead lines. You are listening to Observer Live. This will probably end up being a short by the time I cut out some stuff, but basically, if you came here today looking for a very informative podcast with the general manager of the water board, that you could get a lot of the inside information that's not in all of these, Facebook updates, more of a personal view, well, you're SOL.
We wanted to give it to you so bad.
If you wanted to hear me and Shannon talk like you have in the last few shows, this is your lucky day. Hey. And I don't even know how we end this. I guess we just talk about the next phase. Like, what do you think the next phase is? Like we talked about, the phosphorus is in the water now.
Mm-hmm.
God, they're still arguing over the fluoride. I think they just have a vote over that. I don't know if that passed or not. I guess we would have to look that up, but there's no reason to look it up now. We've already gone too long.
I know.
We can make that a whole other show.
Yeah, I definitely could go deep into that.
Fluoride. Is fluoride bad? What do you know about it?
So I want to be very careful what I say on this, because there are a lot of very strong opinions. So let's get it's objective.
It's very all over the place. I mean, I've actually tried to read about it. Man, when you get out there on Google and start clicking some links, whatever you click, you're going to get a completely different views. I mean, based on, okay, let's go to the most basic thing that we all know about fluoride. I guess that's the easiest way to attack it. People in Clarksburg and people drinking Clarksburg water, I would say on average, do have more teeth than the general West Virginian.
Okay.
Like, we don't have a teeth problem here too much. Like, I always hear the teeth jokes, but I don't think it's us, right? We're not teeth free.
I just think, because I in a leadership role, I don't think my opinions on something are as valuable as the general public. So I do.
General public doesn't know though. Do they know?
I mean, I have an opinion on it, but it's that my opinion is that the public has been tricked badly.
Well, that's what we do. We trick the public.
And now we have to fix it.
So you think the fluoride's bad? Is that what I'm getting? This isn't like a big political issue, is it?
I think it is.
No,
I do think it is.
I don't think so.
Because
I think it's a political issue of who knows and who doesn't.
Okay, so let me just read so I get off my opinion. So the practice of adding fluoride to public water supplies, sometimes called community water fluoridization, has reliably reduced dental cavities or tooth decay across large populations. Where concerns have been raised is some older reviews and studies have suggested that exposure to fluoride might have psychological or neurodevelopmental effects on their conditions.
Hold up. Just stop there.
Okay.
Psychological effects?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
I just figured it gave you cancer like everything else.
No.
So it's actually making us crazy?
Potentially. So what I have heard from other podcasts is, so sometimes in scientific studies, I'll point to the opioid situation in this. So I'm going to tie this to opioids. So the way that the Sackler family got some things through, the main producer of opioids, and if I get these facts wrong, I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. But one of the ways that they got them through, other than holding a guy hostage in a Vegas room that worked for the FDA for 3 days, and magically it got passed. Other than that, on the scientific study side of things, they will, the people that do these scientific studies aren't necessarily completely honest. So they can pass these scientific studies that get these things pushed through, such as fluoride. And I believe there is something within the fluoride studies that got pushed through that they're finding isn't actually true, that there were people with interests involved and things like that.
So they have an angle.
Exactly. The fluoride people, it's all, go find the money. Always go find the money.
I knew there was a, big problem with pharmacy lobbies and, gun lobbies and things like that, but I wasn't aware of the fluoride lobby.
There's a lobby for everything if it's making enough money. And, I'm going to get into government and they're going to watch my podcast and be like, well, we don't even want to talk to her. Let's get her out of here because she knows too much about us. I think I'm going to get one term in government and they're like, oh, she knows too much. Get her the heck out. So people, please let me keep helping you.
Shannon is not here to promote any of my opinions either.
Yes.
So if I say something stupid, don't blame it on Shannon.
Please.
We've been over that on the first episode, but just in case you didn't see the first episode, let's cover that again.
But also some other concerns.
I didn't even know this was a political issue.
Yes.
I didn't know we were getting into politics here.
Absolutely. So just because fluoride exposure comes from multiple sources, water, toothpaste, food, beverage, total exposure can vary widely.
Wait, there's fluoride in food and beverages? Well, I guess if it's in the water, it's going to be in the beverage, though. Is that?
So what recent high-quality studies say as of 2024, 2025? And I'm reading this for the first time, everyone. So a major 2025 study of U.S. adolescents following them from childhood into adulthood found that typical fluoride exposure is linked to slightly altered cognitive performance in adolescents and no evidence of later life cognitive harm. So potentially in adolescence, it is different, which is the case with plenty of things.
Wow.
Is
it permanent?
Here, also,
you think it's permanent? Because lead's permanent. I don't know if you know that. But if you get too much exposure to lead, it will literally lower your IQ and it doesn't go back up.
Then another study found fluoride in water at recommended levels does not appear to negatively affect children's cognitive ability. So this is all new science. I'm not claiming to believe any of these. I'm reading this for the first time. These are studies that need to be gone into in great detail. You need to understand that there are interest groups that affect these studies. The scientists that do these studies have to be paid by someone who's going to pay a scientist to do a study, someone that benefits from the outcome of that study.
Oh, man.
Yes, Gary, yes. These scientists are paid. Who's going to fund the study?
I thought universities did that. Not very much.
The scientist works for the university.
Okay.
But they still have to get their... Exactly. They're paying them a salary.
Wow.
Yeah. So they have to get funding, just like a politician has to get funding.
This is so messed up.
Look at the money. Find the money. Find the money. But not too much. Or then they come after you. So why some certainty?
So if you like what you hear from Shannon here, when you find that money, donate it to her campaign.
Yes. Donate to Shannon Welsh, ShannonWelsh.com. Go check it out, ShannonWelsh.com.
Anyway, I don't even know how we got on
Don't make me ask all the people I don't want to ask for money.
I don't even know how we got on fluoride there.
Because it's in the water. It's not contaminants, but it is.
There's so much we could talk about with the water.
Yeah.
It's like a branching tree of subjects, isn't it?
It is. And I just want to be really careful.
And it's only the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only the basis of life.
Yeah. That's
all.
We have to, there's people, in India and, you know, our water that we drink is some of the best water in the entire world. We're very granted, but it can still be better. That's always my thing. Is
I'll
it
tell
can
you what,
always
though.
be better.
If you're poor and homeless in Africa and you're drinking out of a brown puddle, it ain't got lead in it. I mean, it might be dirty, but it's not making you stupider. Anyway, I think maybe that's a good stopping point. Shannon didn't even comment on that. She's frozen.
I'm scared.
Anyway, I think that's a good stopping point. I hope this was at least somewhat enjoyable. I know it wasn't overly informative. We touched some things, though. I will post some good links for people because I think that the water board has not done a wonderful job of getting the word out on these things.
We tried to help them. They
Down
didn't listen.
in the comments on YouTube, I will post these. I'll put this up here just so we can kind of, you know, if you go to the water board's website, right here at the top, lead line replacement project website, and it goes to this. And there's all kinds of stuff on here. Forms for contractors, customer resources, update your contact info, contact us, which you can, you know, ask questions if you want to know stuff specifically about your address. And I had the frequently asked questions up here, like, do you want to find out what kind of service lines you have? So they go through all that kind of stuff because the lines that provide the water are not the only problem. You could actually have lines that are hurting you inside your house too.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that is going to fall into this project. Like you can get stuff fixed and get reimbursed, but I don't think they're going to be like advertising that too much. So you need to be out there finding out about this stuff if you're concerned about it. Really, if you're not concerned about it, you even need to be. Like, this is a serious thing, especially for your pets, babies.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bad. Like, it's not as bad for adults, but especially babies and pregnant women because of the babies.
Yes.
It's freaking terrible.
Yes.
Like, it will literally make your baby stupid. Like, I hate to put it that way.
That's going to be the short.
It can literally lower your IQ and it doesn't go back up. It's not just while you're drinking it. Like, you're going to be stupid forever. And maybe that's a problem with some of Clarksburg. I don't know. I'm not saying everybody's stupid, but I may have been a brain surgeon. Who knows if I was born in Tampa? I don't know. Whatever. I'm pretty smart right now.
Yeah.
But I drink a lot of that water. Been here my whole life. I mean, I could be a lot smarter, I think.
But we want to keep bringing this to you guys.
Shannon must only drink bottled water. She's really smart.
Then you got the microplastics, though.
That's
a whole different thing.
Worse?
That's a different
I
podcast.
think the microplastics are probably way better than the lead.
Anyways, tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe to this podcast. We want to keep it growing. We want to make these officials want to come on here and get the things that you guys care about to you. So subscribe, follow us on social media. We'll keep bringing it to you guys and tell people that you know to come on here, be a guest that want to get the word out. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you very much for watching Observer Live. We'll catch you next time.